Jorge and Jean, this is to you. Since we couldn't be together with you in this special day, we're toasting in your name all the way from Baltimore. Good.
You go first.
Okay. Jean, to you, you might still call him Jorge or Babe or whatever, but to us, the family, he is Chicho. And I thought a good wedding advice was to tell you a little bit of the things that Chicho wouldn't like for you to know about him, but that you might have already found out anyway. And one of those things is that, as you know, Chicho's quite of a stubborn guy. And you might have had come to find that out in San Diego when you were trying to get to the restaurant, the Greek restaurant, and you got a little lost. I don't know how you quite got there, but you might have find that out that Jorge is just a little bit stubborn, but he also has great qualities, and one of the things that I admire about Chicho is that he's very, very, very generous, and he doesn't need to show that with words. His actions often speak very, very loud. Jean, to you, you have won the family over since day one. I know all of my family is very, very happy to that you are part now. You are now part of the family, and I'm so happy that that you have chosen my brother to be his friend and partner. And I'm also very happy because now maybe my parents can stop harassing us for another grandkid, and now you will be on that chair.
Okay. Cheers, Jorge and Jean. Happy wedding day. I'm going to... You cheated. You did both of them at the same time.
Kind of.
I'm going to start with Jean. Jean, my very first impression of you was somebody who was very strong and confident and social and a go with the flow kind of person. An experience that I had that solidified my first impression was when we both found out 10 minutes beforehand that we both were going to be flower girls, and you raised your eyebrows, but you decided to go with it anyway because you showed yourself to be a selfless person at times and putting others' needs ahead of yours. Another memory that I have when I met you in San Diego was how quick you were to speak highly of Jorge in front of his family especially, and how you just kept describing him as a really good guy who really loved his family. Just building him up when talking to other people, because probably you couldn't stop talking about him because you were so into him, or are into him. And also another memorable thing is how we heard how ready you were to follow him wherever the Navy took him, and how you were so excited for adventure. And I guess I'll go... Anyway, okay, so now I'm going to talk about Jorge. My first impression of you, Jorge, was that you were in the Navy, and I had been trying to join the Navy Nurse Corps, and my brother's in the Navy. So I remember feeling like I had at least something in common with you before I first met you at the Italian restaurant in Hillcrest in San Diego. And one of the things that stands out in my memory is that night when we left, and also the I think the next day when you drove us to the airport, that you very intentionally and specifically told Pablo and I to take care of each other, which I think is something that you learned, especially when you were deployed. But you saying take care of each other has always stuck with me as something that you say. And I also, too, remember your generosity, not only for hosting us and driving us to the airport, but also for buying your parents surprise plane tickets to come and visit this little
Bambino.
guy over here, this little bambino. And I know you're of the three brothers, you're kind of known as the Navy military brother, but I got to see a more sensitive side of you when you chose to give us a wedding glow for our wedding that had a very artistic touch on it and also had the Corinthians verse on it, and I saw that there was definitely a romantic, sensitive side to you, which I'm sure Jean knows all about by now. And I think, Jean, you're going to be so happy with aspects of Jorge that he's a caretaker and a very generous caretaker at that. And Jorge, the list of things, of reasons why I think you'll be happy with Jean go on and on and on. I tell Pablo about them in private. But I think both of your beautiful personalities are a great compliment to each other.
Cheers.
Cheers. Happy wedding day.
We look forward to having you here and having a drink with us in person, and for you to see the little gift that we got you.
Yes. Happy wedding gift. And we also cheers to cousins.
To cousins.
Mwah.